I root for the emblem.
You know, one thing that I've seen, guys, did anybody see this story before we start? This teacher, you know how all these teachers are sleeping with their students now? Did you see this, guys? This teacher, she slept with her students, and the student says she wasn't any good, so he ratted her out. Where are we at? I mean, she was kind of hot. She looked like every single other teacher that sleeps with the students. I mean, they kind of all have that same look.
Karma.
And, yeah, apparently she wasn't good in bed, so he ratted her out and got her fired and all that stuff. So
teachers need to think of that before they start sexually assaulting their students.
They gotta learn how to. They gotta learn how to do it good. You know, watch some porn, something.
My Lord, date someone your own age.
Yeah. One other thing I do want to talk about real quick is the Permane deal was such a big hit the other day. Derpy, you and many other people went out and got your Permane Brothers sandwiches on the day, I believe it was Monday or Tuesday, whatever day it was. Well, they were 33 cents for the second sandwich. You buy one sandwich and the second was 33 cents. They did so good. This is the first time they ever sold out of every sandwich possible. Permane Brothers. They said they are so thankful. Everything went so well. They're going to do it again next week. They're going to have a encore.
Wow.
Of the Permane's buy one, get one for 33 cents. I can't remember if it was Monday or Tuesday that they said, but check into that because you have another opportunity if you missed it to get your Permane's deal with buy one, get the second one, 33 cents. So I did want to throw that out there. I don't want anyone to miss this deal because it's amazing.
That is a damn good deal.
It was a delicious sandwich. And it is now in my belly, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
In my belly.
And you were one to contribute, Derby. You were one to contribute. So you got yourself to thank for this. I mean, there you go.
There you go, Derpy. It's all because of Derpy.
Yep.
Of course, today is the big day. This is like the day when you wake up in the first time you ever realize you're going to get, some chick or, just Christmas. It's that day, guys. Today is the day. Tonight, 7:00, Steelers at Tampa Bay to play the Buccaneers in the first preseason game of the year. This is what we wait for all season, guys. I have no more days to count down to the preseason. I have my counter up here for 30 days till the regular season against San Francisco. But in the preseason column, there's no more numbers left. It is game day today. We're not going to ever see each other ever again after this show without seeing a Steeler game before that. For that reason, I am excited.
I am just wired and fired up and ready to go. Football is here. Steeler football is here. The NFL has been back for a few days now, but Steeler season is now officially here. We don't have to talk about the other team in town.
I'm talking about anything else.
We just got to talk about the Steelers. And I am ecstatic.
Some chick
that other team.
Some chick that doesn't know how to satisfy her man. Her student, should I say.
I love my job. I love my job. I love you too.
So here we go. The Steelers tonight. Here we go. That's a play on words, everybody. It's here. I want to know right now off the top of the show, guys, who are you most excited in? And we could all say all the free agents, all the rookies, everybody. I don't want you to do that. Tell me one guy. I want to know one guy that you were most excited to see tonight and why. I'll start with you, Mike.
Oh my God. I'm excited to take a look at the new slot corner, nickel corner, dime corner, whatever you want to call them. My God, Chandon Sullivan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the guy right there. He's on the thumbnail. Him and could I have two?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
A little bigger. You could have two.
Yeah, I am bigger. I should have two. I want to take a look at the Hot Rod, the tight end. They call him Hot Rod. He it's coming out of, I believe it was like Georgia State. He was an undrafted rookie free agent last year. Now the Broncos picked him up. He has apparently been making some good plays in training camp as at the tight end position, but he is buried down in the depth chart. I want to see what he can do because he sounds like a guy, like he can make some plays. I want to see what he can do. I don't think he's going to make the team. Could be another guy who's on our practice squad or another team, but this is the time of year for guys like that to shine. Sullivan, he's going to be our nickel, but this guy right here, like Hot Rod, this is what the preseason is about. Guys like this, bubble guys. Are they going to be on the team? Are they going to be in the practice squad? Is someone else going to pick them up? Players like that. That's who I want to watch.
Derpy, what about you, man? Who's one guy that you specifically? Again, I know there's many people. I understand. We all want to see the rookies. We all want to see the free agents. But I want you to tell me one guy, just one, that you are so excited about seeing tonight in this first preseason game of the year.
I'm gonna go Butler.
Ooh, Hakeem Butler.
Yeah.
Good pick. I mean, he's certainly somebody that I do want to see as well.
Wide receiver from the Battlehawks from the XFL.
I want to see my guy. I want to see Nick Herbig.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to get ample opportunity to see Nick Herbig because, if you're going to see any TJ and Alex, it's going to be very little. So we are going to see, a lot of the backups. Of course, it's the first preseason game. No surprise. But Nick Herbig is the one person that I want to see. I want to see the motor on this kid. I want to see him moving around like I've been seeing these videos on Twitter. I cannot wait to see this guy play linebacker.
Actually, I got another.
What's that?
You got another? Go ahead,
I got Quan.
Half seconds, boy. Half seconds.
Quan Alexander, yeah.
Quan, yeah.
At one point, he was arguably one of the best linebackers in the game at one point.
Because I have a
feeling we're
going to see a lot of Quan and the other inside linebackers that we got. We're going to see a lot of them, a lot of Herbig. I
want to see Marcus Golden. We
haven't heard enough about him. Going to be cool.
Yeah, I don't think like Watt, Hayward, Minka, Highsmith, I don't think those guys are going to play a lot. Those are the key guys on this defense. Everyone else, I don't think Ogunjobi is going to play a lot. We know what he can do. They know what he can do. They want to keep him healthy. He's had injury concerns in the past. So guys like that, I don't see playing, but this defense, I see a lot of people who were penciled in as starters playing a lot this game because they need time to gel. Same with that offensive line. It's a brand new offensive line for the most part. So they got to play a lot.
They have so many guys to prove that have something to prove.
Let me ask you before we move forward. We've been keeping up with all the camp news in this. They had an ample amount of Steeler players, Ike Taylor, Ryan Clark, all these guys show up to camp. No surprise you see this. Can anybody tell me what Steve Smith was doing there the other day?
Oh, I don't know. I like it. I liked it. He's like, to me, this is like, to put it in like a corporate speak, it's like an outside consultant coming in. Hey, this is how we've done it here. I have someone who has a proven track record, and you bring them in, so you learn.
What do they have to do with anything? I mean, you might as well brought in Randy Moss. I mean, the guy literally has nothing, no connection to this team.
That's fine. He's arguably going to end up in the Hall of Fame. So someone to pass that knowledge on, I don't have a problem with that at all. That's wisdom to have. Like, I understand what you're saying.
It's weird. I've never seen this.
Neither have I. I'm seeing it like more like other teams too. You're seeing players come in and working with them, like with other teams showing up for a day or two here and there. I don't have a problem with it as long as they does not cause a disruption of the practice routine. It seems like it did not. Like they were just on the sidelines.
Joe Flacco talked to. It would be like having Joe Flacco come to talk to you. You know what I mean?
No. Keep it to people who are borderline Hall of Famers.
So why wouldn't you want to? You know what I mean? It's very odd to me. Very odd, peculiar.
I saw that too.
They don't have any receivers that were great in the past for the Steelers. It's just weird. You don't see, it's weird.
Maybe he's, trying to get into the coaching ranks, and I don't know.
Why don't he go to one of his teams?
Maybe I don't know. I don't have the answers, but I'm okay with Steve Smith coming in and imparting any wisdom he has to our receivers. He was a great wide receiver, so.
I don't think there's much you could do to come in for a day and change I don't know. It's bizarre.
But to me, it's like just like an outside consultant coming in.
I get that. I get that. But
I get the other side.
Usually have people that are connected. There's some kind of connection. I've never known of any connection
in sports wise.
Besides Steve Smith, or I mean, that's
Hey,
there's no connection.
He's a crazy guy. George Pickens looks like a crazy guy. There's your connection.
There you go. That's gonna help you sleep tonight. We got to move on, guys.
I slept fine with the info.
What's that?
I slept fine with him coming there.
I'm not. I said tonight. If that's going to help you sleep tonight.
Tonight.
Because of your explanation, of course. That's what's. If that's going to help you sleep better tonight, then you're going to.
It's going to help me. It's going to help me sleep better tonight.
I think anybody could agree that it's bizarre, except for you, and I'm sure a few of your people that I know that would probably say the same thing. So I'm just going to continue to move on.
No, they blasted it. They agreed with you.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm changing my opinion. I don't want to agree with that thing. I don't.
You're fickle.
The Benny Snell signs with the Detroit Lions. They have their team up there that they are jam-packing with former Steelers. And I think that's what they kind of think that's neat. They think that's cool. They think it's going to toughen them up a little bit. I do know that Detroit Lions fans often turn to the Pittsburgh Steelers as an alternative team. And I think that they do dig the fact that they get a lot of Steelers and they're getting the personalities and things like this. Benny Snell did sign with the Detroit Lions.
I like that signing. He's a capable backup. He can come in and start like one game a year, maybe two if you need him. And he's a good special teams player. It was a good signing for them.
Also, Miles Jack considered becoming an electrician or plumber for signing with the Eagles this week. He was going to jump careers if the Eagles wouldn't have called and became an electrician or a plumber.
Like he said, he didn't need the money. He just wanted something to do, be productive.
Just wanted to dig around on people's shit for a while.
If I had Miles Jack money, I would be sitting on a beach somewhere. I'd just be sitting chilling. But that's the difference between me and Miles Jack. He's a go-getter. I'm just gonna chill. That's why he's where he is, and I am where I am. Sitting here talking to you fine folk.
The Steelers are a landing spot possibility for former KC and Cincinnati edge rusher Carlos Dunlap.
Is he going to come in with a walker?
We're like the Lions here. I mean, really, we're just give us anybody that has any kind of a name, anybody that has any kind of. That's what we look like at this point. So I'm kind of curious to see how this shakes out because I've never seen this before with the Steelers. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out.
I don't think there's any sizzle to that steak. I think that's just. I saw that, and I didn't see anything like the Steelers themselves saying it, but like. If we didn't have the outside rushers we have now that we were able to get Marcus Golden and the way Herbig's been playing, if we didn't have those two guys, I'm like, okay, I can see where people are saying this, but now I don't. I think they're getting comfortable with their depth.
I think if you're going to go out and get anything, I think you have to keep hunting safeties, just because the situation at the safety position right now.
Yeah.
But now you're right. You got Marcus Golden. You have Nick Herbig, and you also have Quan Alexander. So you're right. Take our two linebackers out. You have three other linebackers that should be able to hold up the deal pretty well, along with the others. But so no Carlos Dunlap, you don't think, huh?
I don't think so. No. Like only way I can see it happening is if there's some catastrophic injuries and we need a body, someone who has a track record. But 4 sacks last year he had. It's like,
What about the nickname, guys? I want to know your personal opinion for Pickens and Deontay Johnson, Gin and Juice. They picked up this nickname over the past week or so. Pickens and Deontay Johnson would like to be known as Gin and Juice.
I would like these two to be known for
catching footballs and getting touchdowns. Yes.
Yeah. Throwing touchdowns, catching touchdowns. Like, guys, we're focusing
Pickens
on
and Johnson. No throwing. These guys are receivers.
Yeah. It's just Pickens and Pickett. I'm sorry. I thought you said Pickett. My bad.
Pickens and Johnson, Gin and Juice, baby.
Okay. No. These guys need to shut up and just prove it on the field.
Yes.
Come on, guys. I know you're receivers. I know you guys.
Especially DJ.
I know exactly.
DJ has a nice proven track record. We're not going to go down that route.
No touchdowns last season's great, but that's not the point.
Hey, the ones before that, he was really good.
We could only listen. Let's talk about the most recent. We don't want to talk about something that happened 10 years ago. I don't care about 10 years ago. I want to talk about last season.
I care about a track record, but no, they need to produce on the field, and then nicknames will flow from production.
You're right. You don't force a nickname.
Yeah, Pickens has to prove last year wasn't a fluke. Deontay has to prove last year wasn't a fluke as well. He has to rebound from it, and and George needs to, improve upon last year to keep getting better. So both these guys, just go out there and play. Just go out there and play, boys. It's been a quiet camp. Why is it always wide receivers?
It's always wide receivers. They got these personalities, these attitudes.
Yep.
They
need it. I understand because you're going across the middle, you're getting your head blown off.
It's a running back that don't get tackled every play. You know what I mean? So you have that leisure, you have that wiggle room because you're not the target by a defenseman every single play. If the running backs didn't get hit every play, I'm sure they would be mouthy too. But running backs are like humbled receivers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they just can't help themselves.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
What do you think about that nickname, Derpy? Gin and juice, baby.
Derpy!
I like it, but Johnson hasn't proven anything since Ben was there. So
Johnson, yeah.
Don't make
I think again, like Mike said, I think is the point. This probably wouldn't be what you're focusing on 2 days going into your first preseason game.
Yeah,
I think that come on.
Been a drama-free camp, a drama-free off season, and then it's always wide receivers. Always.
Couple games yesterday, fellas. The Houston Texans and the New England Patriots. Preseason or not, it's always great to see the Patriots lose. I love it. The Texans win 20-9. Getting to take a look at CJ Stroud, which has a long way to go. Obviously, he's day one, game one, and he's going to come along so much. He didn't do great yesterday. He got knocked around like a rag doll from what I saw. But again, it's preseason, and you know what? There's a lot of things you have to force yourself to talk about when it's preseason because it's preseason.
Yeah, he did he did try to go back out there. He wanted to play. He went up to his coach like, "Hey, I want to correct my wrongdoing." So, but he's like, "Yeah, hey, coach pointed out, hey, it's the first preseason game. There's still a long time to go." So, he knows he needs to improve. The coach knows he does, but they're doing it right for being a really young quarterback. We're going to bring you along slow.
What I thought was really encouraging to this New England team is the guy they picked up out of Louisville, the guy that followed Lamar Jackson, Malik Cunningham.
Yeah.
He could be special one day. I'm watching him. I'm thinking, man, this guy has it. He's not quite as fast and as quick as Lamar Jackson is. But if you're going to try to build that kind of team around him, I think that Bill Belichick could probably put something together pretty nice with this guy moving forward. Again, right now it's not going to happen. You already have guys in place, but Malik Cunningham is a name to keep your eye on. The other game was the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings, 24-13. Seattle wins this game. It was what it was.
Yeah. Jordan Addison had a nice catch that was rolled incomplete. I don't know how they found that one incomplete.
And I don't know why Minnesota rushed back to the line and called the play. I mean, they should have been looking at this and trying to get the play overturned. It was weird. It was weird. They kind of rushed to the line and called the next play and got it off, but that's why Minnesota's Minnesota. They get good defenses, which they have, but they can never do anything offensively, which they never have been able to, except for 1998. So, Minnesota's Minnesota. You throw Jefferson, Cook now is gone, but Jordan Addison, this team never seems to have a great offense. We'll see if it changes this year.
They had a pretty good one last year, but Kirk Cousins, man, kind of blew it there at the end.
That's what I'm saying. You can't have Kirk Cousins and have a good offense. Yeah. I mean, you can have a good offense.
You can have a good offense,
but you're never going to get over the hump.
Yeah, he's that quarterback. He'll get you there, but he's not going to get you any further. He's
the past 12 seasons, the Steelers managed 3 wins. We hope to change this, guys. This year, 3 playoff wins in the past 12 seasons. 1 was against Miami with Matt Moore at quarterback. 2 was a win over Cincinnati with A.J. McCarron at quarterback. And the 3rd was against the Chiefs, where we only managed to score 5 field goals.
A win is a win.
A win is a win is a win.
A win is a win. They don't ask just how many, but when you don't have many, we start looking at the how you won them.
I think this is a big year. Do I think Tomlin's job's on the line? No. But do I think this is a big? I think that people right now are starting to say, hey, wait a minute. Yeah. We've had winning records for the past, how many years, but we haven't won a playoff game. People are starting to pick up. I think Omar Khan and I think the office is going to start pressing coaches. I think coaches are going to start pressing players. This is the year the Steelers have to do something.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying they got to win a championship. They just have to do something. They have to play good enough to make the playoffs. They have to get in there, maybe win a playoff game. Something has to happen. They can't have another flat season. Again, you know, going back 12 years with the Hall of Fame quarterback, we managed 3 playoff wins. They have to do something.
They have to. They can't start off slow this year. They can't have that word, you know, 0-3, 4-0, 1-4 type start. They need to have a good start. If they finish up with the same record, but it's a much like a more balanced 9-8 than last year's 9-8, I think that would be an improvement. Now, obviously, I want them to go 10-7. I would love to see them go 10-7, 11-6. That's what I'm rooting for. In my heart, in my head, but in my head, I'm thinking,
is the easy schedule. The schedule is head and shoulders easier than it was last year. I think that it should be no problem for them to get to 10 wins.
I'm just hoping that these teams, we're saying, we hope we make a big jump. I'm just hoping these, we make that big jump and those other teams don't make that big jump. It's
the AFC South. They never make that big jump historically. The only AFC South that ever made the big jump was the Colts, and they had one of the best quarterbacks ever. This AFC South division, we got them. That's right there. They're not going to make a big jump. It's not going to happen. The division is what the division is.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I'm not a gambling guy, but if I were, I would say that we're definitely gonna have a better record than we were last year. It doesn't even make sense to me unless there's something crazy that happens, major injury, something, But I just can't imagine this team only plays as well as they did last year. I just can't.
If everyone makes the jump that we want them to and hope they do, I can talk. You're gonna make me talk myself into like an official 12-win season.
I think it's totally reasonable.
Like the
if that team last year managed 9 wins against that schedule,
and TJ Watt coming back
and that's the key.
I know, but also I'm thinking, okay, am I not taking into the fact that these other teams are going to improve as well? Will they make a jump? Teams, you see it where teams go from worst to first. Are we going to run into 1 or 2 of those teams? Like all these different scenarios are bouncing in my head.
What about us? Why can't we be that team?
I know. I want us to be that team.
Why can't we be that team making the jump and people are going to worry about us?
Because when it comes to
we're the Pittsburgh Steelers, we were historically awesome.
Historically, but we weren't last year.
Neither were the Patriots.
I know
the Patriots had missed years in the playoffs when they were in their dynasty.
I know, but I'm that fan. I'm pessimistic when it comes to my team because I don't want to get heartbroken anymore.
It's football, Mike. Don't let it heartbreak you. It's a game.
I know.
Just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Don't be miserable. You can't be miserable.
I know. But if I'm miserable in the preseason and they turn out well, I feel so much better.
If you're miserable in the preseason, I can't wait to see you in regular season.
I will
be psychotic.
We will start off with like 6-2, and I'll be the most pissed off person around because it's going too well.
I mean, that terrible team that we put on the field 5 years ago went 9-0 to start, 11-0 to start the game. There's no reason this team can't do good. I'm telling you.
I know.
I trust our leadership. I trust our owners and our GMs and our coaches. And when they say that this team is, you feel things out. And of course they have to say it, but I trust them. I trust them that they know what they're doing.
Yeah, Pete's right. We can't always do it in the draft. Having a winning record, GM needs to step it up in the free agency. And I think, that's been part of the problem. Kevin Colbert, for the longest time, hadn't stepped up in the off season in free agency. I think Omar Khan did.
This is the first year we've ever done anything like this in the off season.
We're like continually, okay, we're gonna get this guy to fill this need. You know what? We're gonna fill that need again. We're gonna fill that need again in free agency. We're just gonna keep, going and adding and tinkering the lineup. So yeah, you three are going to talk me into saying it's a 12-win season.
That they're going to win at least 12 games. I tell you what, I was watching that NFC game yesterday. Devin Bush for Seattle, of course, the former Pittsburgh Steeler. He wears number 0. How appropriate is Devin Bush wears number 0? I like it.
Like all the promise.
Did he make something happen or just nothing?
No.
He had all the promise. Dude was going to be so good. And then I've never seen someone suffer a head injury from blowing their knee out. He totally forgot how to play football. from a knee injury.
Devin Bush was number 0 on this defense. They also have a Kobe Bryant.
Kobe
They
Bryant
also
was
have
laying dudes
a
out.
Michael Jackson. This is a star-studded defense. People don't realize the star-studded defense the Seattle Seahawks have.
And Kobe Bryant was out there laying hits on people, unwanted hits from a Bryant.
5 minutes left in the
unwanted
show.
touching from a Bryant.
You could touch yourself all you want. We have 5 minutes left in the show here. I'm going to just jump over to baseball briefly. The Pirates split this series with the Braves. I didn't think it was ever going to happen like this. You know how many runs the Braves scored in this series? 25. You know how many runs the Pirates scored in this series? 25. I don't believe what just happened. Nobody scored under 5 runs in all 4 games this series. I thought that was impressive. Bailey Falter gets his first start with the Pirates yesterday. He gives 4 innings, gives up 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks. Colin Holderman comes in. He gets his second save of the season. Brian Hayes, this series had 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 home runs, and 9 RBIs.
What's
Give us the Braves more often.
Exactly. Give us a good team. Apparently, we will ball out. It was nice to see Brian Hayes.
He does this. He picks and chooses series, and he does this. Yeah. I can't recall who, but it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. He did the same thing against somebody, and I remember going down his stats for that series, and it was unbelievable.
Yep.
Brian Hayes, big stacks, Brian Reynolds, Peguero, and DeLay all had 2 hits yesterday. In the 7-5 win over the Braves, again, they split the series with the Braves. The Cincinnati Reds come to town tonight for a 3-game series. Nobody's going to be watching game 1. No offense to the Pirates, but it starts the same exact time as the Steelers. So
boys,
do what you want with that. Johan Oviedo is on the hill for the Pirates. He comes in with a 6-11 record, a 4.18 ERA, 117 strikeouts. He's going to go up against the left-hander Andrew Abbott, who is 6-3 with a 2.93 and 74 strikeouts on the season. So, Pirates are sitting at 9.5 games out. They're still climbing. They're still climbing that ladder, guys. Here we are. It's August 11th. I said if they get to 4.5 out by the end of August, they're still at 9.5 out, so they still have some work to do. Finally, Paul Skeens gets his first action in his FCL debut. He throws 11 pitches. 8 of them are strikes, 3 of them are balls, 1 strikeout, and I'm going to give you the speeds of his pitches, all 11 of them. Bear with me. 99 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour, 89, 101 miles an hour, 101 miles an hour, 101 miles an hour, 99, 101 miles an hour, 99.
Ooh.
So
he was bringing the heat.
Definitely. Gotta like what you see with this Paul Skeens.
I'm loving it, man.
I like his personality. He's a cool guy. He's going to be one of these fiery guys, and kind of like he's going to bring that something extra that like AJ Burnett did. Not the same stuff, but he's going to bring that leadership. There's just something about him, and guys are going to rally around him.
And hopefully, he brings some wins, brings some shutouts, because the way the offense has been most of the year, outside a handful of games, he's going to need it.
Yeah. Now that we lost Austin Hedges, I don't know what we'll ever do.
I don't know what he's going to do now. He doesn't have the greatest catcher of all time, but, calling the game for him. I don't know what we're going to do.
Finally, the WWE.
Oh,
I don't think people even realize this. On September 2nd, or in Pittsburgh for a pay-per-view.
No way.
The Payback pay-per-view is in Pittsburgh on September 2nd.
That's awesome.
Get your tickets, get down to see the guys over at the WWE.
Ryan's going to be down there stalking Liv Morgan.
You're right. I just might be. Mike, why don't you go and tell everybody about the website, man?
2dumyinzers.com. Everything you need for 2dumyinzers is over there, 2dumyinzers.com, especially that merch store. Buy that Bob Nothing merch. I may be done with the Pirates, but that doesn't mean you have to be done buying the merch that says Bob Nothing sucks.
So go check it out over at www.2dumyinzers.com. As Mike said, a lot of cool things over there. Also links to every single one of the 377 shows, merchandise, all kind of stuff. Go check it out.
That's a lot of shows.
www.2dumyinzers.com. Yeah, 377 today, man. Today, our trivia question is going to be Tampa Bay Buccaneer trivia. Guys, football season is here, so it's time for some football trivia. Question based around the team that we're going to be playing. Are you guys ready? Tampa Bay Buccaneer trivia. Here we go. Which Tampa Bay Buccaneer is the only player in NFL history with 45 plus interceptions and 25 plus sacks? I'm looking for a Tampa Bay Buccaneer who is the only player in NFL history to have 45 plus interceptions and 25 plus sacks. Go ahead, take a moment to think that over. We are live 7 days a week, every week from Monday to Sunday, every week right here. And also the show that we do live every day, brand new, gets uploaded over on Spotify at 8 o'clock p.m. every day. If you'd rather just listen to the show in podcast form, you could do that. 8 o'clock every day, Spotify. All right, guys. So the question of the day is this: which Tampa Bay Buccaneer is the only player in NFL history with 45 plus interceptions and 25 plus sacks? You guys have an idea? Do you guys want okay?
I think I got mine.
All right. I'm going to start with Derpy today. Derpy, who is the only player in history of 45 plus interceptions and 25 plus sacks?
Well, I'm going to go with Warren Sapp.
Warren Sapp, good pick. Is this going to be your final answer?
Yep.
All right. I got Derpy locked in here. I got P on the board saying it can't be Sapp. I don't want to give too much away, but P, if you do have a pick, go ahead and send it up. Mike, who do you think is the only player in the NFL history to ever have 45 plus interceptions and 25 plus sacks?
Rondé Barber.
Rondé Barber. Is this your final answer?
Yes, it is. I saw the infographic the other day.
All right, we'll lock you in.
Well, if it is Rondé Barber.
Rondé Barber just got inducted into the Hall of Fame this past weekend. Don't see nothing from P, so I'm going to move forward here. The question of the day is this: which Tampa Bay Buccaneer is the only player in NFL history with 45 plus interceptions and 25 plus sacks? Derpy says Warren Sapp, which I think it's going to be hard to have 45 plus interceptions from the defensive line.
A little bit.
I know.
Mike says Rondé Barber, which that makes sense.
He's saying Barber.
P on the board says Barber as well. The Hall of Famer.
I forgot about Barber.
The answer, of course, is, guys, Rondé Barber. Rondé Barber.
Yeah.
Think of those numbers. The only player ever to have more than 45 sacks, or 45 interceptions, and 25 sacks. That's pretty unbelievable.
Like, I knew Barber was a really good corner, but I'm like, really? The Hall of Fame? Did I miss something? I missed something, apparently. I knew I wanted him on my team, but I didn't think he was that good. My Lord.
The Barber days. You had Tiki,
I knew he was really, really good.
Tiki in the backfield in New York, and you had Rondé in the defensive backfield down in Tampa Bay. The Barber
there's just so many guys on that Tampa Bay defense. I felt like he got kind of lost in the shuffle.
It's a really good defense.
It was a really good defense.
And Mike, you got anything before we take off for today?
God, yeah. Even though it's the preseason, I think a lot of our younger players should play at least a full quarter, not the typical 1 to 2 series. Let them get out there and, learn some more live action, carry over the good stuff they did last year in through training camp. Let them get a quarter in today. That's what I want to see.
Me? Okay.
Yeah. No, you. The
other Derpy.
No,
Derpy.
Don't disrespect the black and gold.
My thing is this:
the league is right now, so don't do it.
Absolutely, there's a lot of, but we won 3 playoff games in the last 12 years. It's time that we stick up for ourselves and throw some blows back. I think that it's time. We have to do this. This team has to be aggressive. This team has to win football games. My thing is this: Kenny will be playing tonight. I think you're going to see very little Kenny, maybe a series, maybe 2. I think you're going to see a lot of Mitch Trubisky. I think from the point Kenny exits the game all the way until whatever this point they decide to put Mason Rudolph in, and I think Mason finishes the game. So I do think you're going to see you're going to see all your quarterbacks at some point tonight, which I think is going to be fun. But on the other hand, you got to keep these guys safe, keep them protected. I can't wait to see everybody The guys named some players they cannot wait to watch tonight. But you know what? Going against how I worded it, I can't wait to see everybody on this team tonight. It's going to be super exciting. Tonight's the first preseason game of the year for the Steelers against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 7 o'clock in Tampa Bay. I think that's it for me, guys. Anybody have anything else?
It was Rodney Williams is Hot Rod, the tight end. I forgot his full name.
All right.
That's the one to keep an eye out for.
All right. There you go, everybody.
Right. Yes, peace. Save
Time
the
to stop
disrespect for the
flexing
Lions and the
rings.
Cowgirls.
What'd you say, Derpy?
It's time to stop flexing the rings and get more rings.
That's it. That's it. It's time to move forward. But hey, tonight, game 1, check it out. We can't wait to talk about it with you guys tomorrow. For Derpy, Mike, myself, the two